Brother Mark on the other side of the interweb. This is your brother Sam Steger of MissionMonday.com, and you are, of course, because I just mentioned it.
Brother Mark of MissionMonday.com. Hey,
Yes.
Sam, good to see you, man.
Hey, it's good to see you as well. How's things going over in your side of the world?
It's going fantastic.
That's good to hear. Right
The
on.
weather helps.
Yeah. There's so many leaves falling that when I was walking from my house to school with my cup of coffee, by the time I got there, I had fall leaves in my coffee cup, in my coffee. I don't think that's supposed to be such a thing, and I'm sure it didn't enhance the flavor of my coffee, but it was aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, and it sounds like a great line that could be in a poem somewhere.
Man, I'm going to try to work on that. We'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get to this week's mission. A couple of weeks ago, there was a dude by the name of Josh Erickson that came by my school. He's with a company called Team Concepts and did some really good team working stuff. And one of the things he emphasized, he was talking about building those values of teamwork and building a culture of success. And he put our students through all these challenges. But before he started them, he said, you don't have to be a genius and you don't have to be an amazing athlete to pull off these challenges. All you have to do is communicate and work together. And I tell you what, for my students and for my staff working with them, it was amazing. It was so good. And so, you know how I am. I'm not a fan of things that are awesome for that day and then they disappear. I like sustainability.
Yep.
So what we jumped on is this mission, which I think we should do for MissionMonday.com, which is number one, students look for an opportunity to be part of a tiny team. Not like big sports team, maybe a team of 2, maybe a team of 5, something where you're like, you know what, I can't pull that off on my own, or I know what they're trying to do and they can't pull it off on their own. So I want to be part of a team that comes up with the solution. To that end, adults, which would be our staff, parents, volunteers, you need to create those opportunities. This week, seek out the students, seek out your kids and say, this is something I can't pull off on my own, or I know this child can't pull off on their own, so let's make a team to make it happen. Now, it might be, as I recently mentioned, leaves falling from the sky. Maybe not into your coffee, but into your yard. Big job for one person to do. That is a great example to just have a tiny bit of teamwork where everything's going to go better. Mark, what do you think about all that?
I mean, it's going to take some creativity, I think, on the part of some teachers to create some of these moments where kids can work together, unless, it's already part of the daily routine, which I think it might be. Like, for example, I was in a classroom today, and a lot of it was the small group work and a lot of, times where people had to share with other people. And, I mean, that was really cool to see. Obviously, she created this environment where kids felt comfortable enough to share with other people. Even if they were going to be wrong, they felt comfortable enough to share it out loud, knowing that it's okay to be wrong, because then I'll learn from somebody else how to be right. Well,
and I'm glad you said that. There was a couple of things that I think is really important. Number one, to create these moments. It doesn't have to be some big elaborate thing. When Josh came out, it was a big elaborate thing. What are those moments that you have on a daily / weekly basis where you go, oh, teamwork is important? The other thing, it's one of the things I hope people get about Mission Monday is we're not asking you to recreate or come up with something that never existed before. I hope that most of the time that you see the mission, you go, I already have something pretty close to that. Now, this week, I'm going to be intentional about it. I'm going to focus on it, and I'm going to make people really see the value of those teamwork moments in my classroom or my home or my hallway or wherever it may be. What do you think about all that?
I think it's fantastic, and I love the idea of then the challenge for a principal or a superintendent would be create those moments for your teachers to work together on some things to build that teamwork and that communication and that collaboration.
Mark Johnson, you just did a little thing that the kids these days are calling next level.
Awesome.
Right on. All right. Hey, you got anything else before we wrap up this mission?
No, sure don't.
You don't have anything?
Oh, well, if you wanted to, just hold on one second. I'll be right back, man. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm betting it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be hey, what's this? Look at this.
I think it's a book called It Happens in the Hallway, written
Yeah.
by Ed Johnson and Sam Stecker. Might make an impact on just how rad your school community environment is.
Yeah, and it's available at Amazon.
Yeah, easy clicks from missionmonday.com.
Boom.
All right, my friend, I think that's all I have.
See ya next week, Sam.
All right, catch you later, brother.